As a kid, I was once asked, what do you get if you cross a bag of snakes and a bag of sticks? Snakes and ladders, of course. When I went on to study the Bible, I discovered that it's not only a joke, but it actually happened. We read in this week's Parashat Voairo, about the confrontation between the Jewish leaders and the Egyptian magicians. Moshe and Aaron come to Pharaoh. Aaron casts his stick before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it becomes into a serpent, the Torah tells us. Pharaoh too summoned his wise men, his magicians, and the necromancers of Egypt. They also did likewise with their magic. Each one of them cast down his stick, and they became serpents. But Aaron's stick swallowed their sticks, concludes the story. We know that every story in the Torah has an eternal message for all times. And the obvious question is, how does this episode teach us something for us in 2021? Perhaps the answer is in the details. If we read the story carefully, we will notice that it doesn't say the snake swallowed the other snakes, but rather his stick swallowed their sticks. So what the Torah is telling us is that the stick that had become a snake reverted back to being a stick before swallowing the other sticks. Now we're in the position to see the timely message of this story. You see, unfortunately, there's a lot of anger out there. Some people are feeling disenfranchised. Others feel under attack. Some take the work conflict personally. Others rage at the way their children are behaving. And when the above happens, we start spitting venom and looking for ways to lash out and inflict pain on our opponents. It's so tempting to want to smash our enemies or strike at those who disagree with us. So the swallowing we read about in this week's parasha is an analogy to that fiery rage that washes over us when we're angered or otherwise feel threatened and we want to swallow someone. Yet when we're angry, that is precisely the wrong time to strike back, because during our anger, we lose perspective. We're looking to hurt rather than to help. The Torah is teaching us, never try to swallow your opponent while you're still feeling like a serpent. Wait, reflect, regain control, master your emotions, and revert to your staff-like persona. Only when you're finally calm again can you dispassionately decide what to do. Sometimes, even the most gracious and loving people need to take a stand, and occasionally that includes taking actions that will cause pain to others. One might need to fire a friend or admonish a child, but we must remember to do it out of love and never from anger. Be firm and unyielding as a stick, but make sure you're not lashing out like a snake in the grass. Have the difficult conversation. Say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. But make sure that whatever you do, you're acting exclusively for Hashem and coming from a place of compassion and love. Shabbat Shalom.